I'm back. Hey, it's me again. As you can see, right now I have my drywall on the bottom. You can see it. What I did is I'm just gonna do a little piece. I don't need to do the whole 8, 9, or 12 feet. The critical part of this one is that you need to have a stable table, right? My suggestions, as I tell people, is basically I tell them to use a 2 sawhorses and one piece of plywood and a half, so you can go 8, 10, or 12 feet long. Put 2 vertical studs underneath, so that keeps it rigid, and that's all you need. So I'm pretty sure that when it comes to building a table, you're way better than me. So I'm gonna leave it to that. I have the machine right here. This is the piece of drywall that I'm gonna be cutting. And basically, if you notice it is on the 5/8 right here. I'm gonna create an outside corner. Every single time that you create an outside corner, you cut or you V-groove the drywall from the back. We have the machine right here, which is on the 16, and we have the rail right here, and it's gonna go where the red line is. If you notice it right here, you have your indicators. What are they for? Basically, what you're gonna do your measurement, and we are gonna basically make a L shape, right? Just an L. So what we're gonna do, we are gonna take measurements from both of the ends of the drywall. In this case, I'm going 8 inches away. So once you mark that, you take this indicator, and basically you set it up on top of the rail. They slide, and you're gonna put it against the blade or the mark that you have made. In this case is that one and this one. Right now, I don't know if you see it or not, but basically my indicator is this right here. This is where my V groove is gonna happen. And right here, this one right here, this one in, and this one is the other one right there, see? So that's where the V groove is gonna come out, right? So once you did that, you remove this. You shouldn't have a problem having this moving because you have Robert underneath the guide. So right now I'm set up to go, okay? I have the guide right here. I know where I'm gonna cut, and carefully I'm gonna set up my machine on top of the drywall right here. I'm gonna slide it, make sure that it slides really good. At this point, you know that whenever you use a skill saw, you have to turn the motor on first and then basically cut, right? The way that you do it is you are going to have to raise this button up at the same time the pull. That is the proper way to turn the machine on and off. Once again, if I just push this right here, it's not gonna work. I have to push the red button and then bring it here so it works. And then you bring it down. Right here is the center of the blade that you're gonna cut. So what we're gonna do is start right here. I just put a little pressure right here so this one doesn't go up. So what I'm gonna do my first cut, and what you do is basically go about 2 or 3 inches, and that's all you need. Because from the first video that I did, I haven't done any adjustment at all whatsoever. So I'm gonna turn it on, I'm gonna bring it down, and I'm gonna bring this. That's it, okay? I'm gonna pull it up, and let's go over here. You can see that that's right on the money. Perhaps you cannot see it on the video, but you can actually see a little bit of the paper on the drywall. And if you notice it, this is the line where it's gonna be cutting. That is the reason why this is your measurement to do the V groove, okay? So I got lucky, right? This right here, it looks like it's really good because I can barely see the light of the paper. So I'm gonna set it up right here. Once again, it's hooked up in here and I'm good to go. The only thing that you have to make sure is that you don't get tangled with this. So I'm gonna set it up right here. There you go, I'm good to go. And once again, I'm gonna turn it on and I'm gonna keep going. Once again, Justin, since the first video that I sent you, those two settings, those were the only ones that I did. I did not make any other adjustments at all whatsoever. And I can tell that this one is gonna work pretty good. So I'm gonna remove my guide and I'm gonna fold it. And this is what is gonna happen. You gotta make sure that you feel that the drywall is loose, just like that. And this is what you're gonna get. Once again, I guess I got lucky, but that's basically the way that you do it. See, it's holding it by the paper only. And I don't know how it comes across the video, but it's very nice and sharp. There you have it right here, okay? I'm gonna do one more measurement so you can actually, I'm gonna create another groove and I'm gonna make a U shape. So I have 8 right here and I'm gonna add another 5. So 8 and 5 is 13 and 8 and 5 is 13. I'm gonna put my rail right here, somewhere around there. I'm gonna grab my guides and I'm gonna put it right here and right there. See, right there is 5 and 5. I'm gonna move this right here. I'm gonna grab my machine. I'm gonna put it on top of the guide rail. I'm gonna turn it on right here. And I'm gonna go. Keep going, and just let it go. I'm gonna move this right here. This doesn't matter because it's in the back of the drywall, right? And if you notice it, once you have a really good vacuum, you're not gonna have any dust at all whatsoever. You cannot get away with a very cheap vacuum because it's not gonna give you a good result. So what I did is basically a U shape, the ones that you use for your 3 and 5/8. Because you have your metal stud that is 3 and 5/8 plus 5/8 of drywall over here, 5/8 of drywall right here gives you 4 and 7/8 plus 1/8 for whatever. So you actually can fit it into the 3 and 5/8. So this is basically the profiles that you can actually do on the job site with the Groove-90. Once it's like this, guess what? I'm gonna glue it together. While I was doing this right here, I have my glue gun ready to go. I don't know if you have one or not, but basically I have one here. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go from here to here, and it's gonna take about 10 seconds to actually close the gap. Right here is fitting, and it's gonna come out this way right here. The bead that I'm using is about 1/4 of an inch. I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna clean it up and I'm gonna fold it. You can actually grab squares and make sure that it's a square. See right here? You can get a split square or whatever. Gotta make sure that this is good. And that's it. You need about 10 seconds or so to do that. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna grab this one. From this, I'm gonna stay away from the corner about 3 to 2 inches. I'm gonna stop about 2 to 3 inches. I'm gonna clean out the tip and I'm gonna fold it. And I'm gonna make sure that this one's square. Just hold it a little bit. It takes about 10 seconds to do that. And that's it. And just like that, my friend, you have made your corner that you can actually create with the Groove-90.